Hi, you're watching Roshni from Sydney, Australia. Welcome to my video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I'm going to demonstrate a recipe of a drink to you, which is really easy to make and it's so delicious. It is my original recipe and I call it raw saffron nectar. It's my favorite recipe because it's got a spice in it called saffron, which I absolutely love. I love its aroma and the flavor that it gives to a dish. And once you've had it, you're going to love it too. So let me introduce the other ingredients that go into the drink and the equipment required, and we can get started. So firstly, I have one frozen banana that goes into this drink. Two soaked medjool dates. If the dates that you use are plump and juicy and not too dry, you could probably use them without soaking, especially if you've got a high-speed performance blender. I've soaked mine for about half an hour. Around 8 to 10 macadamia nuts. If you can't find macadamia nuts easily in the country that you're living, you could use cashew nuts. I live in Australia and macadamia nuts are very, very popular here. So I've used about 8 to 10 of them and I've soaked them for about 4 hours. And of course the saffron. I source my saffron from Indian shops or from Iranian shops, but this batch that I have, I've been really lucky. I have a friend who just went to Iran and returned, and she's got me such a fresh batch of saffron. It was packed just a month ago, and it smells divine. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to have this smoothie. It smells great, and she also taught me a technique of using saffron. I used to use it completely wrong in the past, and she's taught me a really lovely technique which I'll show to you. I'm also going to add about 3/4 of a teaspoon of maca powder. It's a Peruvian root that's been powdered down. It's got a really nutty flavor that just tastes wonderful in smoothies. I'm also going to add lucuma powder. It's a low GI sweetener with a really caramelly taste, and again it also tastes wonderful in smoothies. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of this. Some Celtic sea salt, because there's nothing like salt to bring out the sweetness of a drink or a dish. I'm also going to keep some stevia handy just in case the drink is too mellow and we need to kick up the sweetness of it. A tablespoon of raw cold pressed coconut oil. So those were all the ingredients. I have a blender, a really high-speed performance blender, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw in all the ingredients into this blender and add a cup of water as well, which I forgot to mention earlier, into this blender, and we'll have the drink ready in no time. So I'm going to add the dates, the frozen banana, the macadamia nuts, the lucuma powder. Just going to head the powder out of the bowl. The maca powder. A pinch of salt. A tablespoon of coconut oil. Yep. Love how how coconut oil smells. Just delicious. And now the saffron. So my friend who just returned from Iran got me this lovely saffron mill. So how you use, well, earlier what I used to do with saffron is soak it in water, and then I would add it to the dish that I wanted to, enhance the flavor of. But what I noticed is that I needed to use lots of saffron, and yet I didn't get that flavor and the aroma that everybody talked about. And what my friend said to me was that soaking saffron in water was just a complete waste. What you needed is very little saffron, because when you soak saffron in water, you tend to use more of it. But when you're using the saffron dry, you need very little of it. So you need to grind the saffron into a fine powder. Just putting the saffron into this lovely mill, and I'm going to grind it. If you don't have a fancy saffron mill like this, all you have to do is get a mortar and pestle, and then just grind your saffron in that into a powder. This should be ready. The saffron powder gets collected at the bottom compartment, and oh, this smells so divine. It goes in. I've saved some saffron in this for garnishing, and I'm just going to add the water now. I can see that the water is already turning that lovely shade of orange that comes from the saffron. I'm just going to add about a drop of stevia, not more, because it's already got dates and banana in it. It's also got the lucuma powder, which is also kind of sweet. Just going to put the lid of the blender on the jar and blend. That's it. What I've done is I've blended this till all the ingredients have been blended and the drink is a nice, fine, smooth texture. See how the drink is a beautiful shade of orange yellow that comes from the saffron, and it smells divine. All right, so I'm going to pour this into 2 glasses because this is going to yield 2 glasses of the drink. There you go. And I'm going to garnish this with the remaining saffron strands. Cheers. Try it at home, please. You will love it. If you liked my recipe and the presentation, please go to hotrawchef.com and vote for me. Don't forget, please do it now. That's rawhotchef.com and vote for me, Roshni. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time.